DJ, you there? Can everybody hear me?
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, we don't play. I'm for real.
I think your
you mind-
shoulders feel good
Do you mind giving me a new water? Oh, thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, it's gonna look nice, isn't it? So the trick is, guys, to keep this outer line wet. Don't let these scars stick either. You keep them scars nice and wet, you feather them out. Okay? And it's always optimal to get your rolling patterns perpendicular with the room. Sometimes having to stretch it out longer sucks, but if you can do it, if it's the temperature's right and the humidity's right and you can do it, it'll come out better. And on that last one to your right, on your back feed, everything, your finished stuff. You want to make sure you don't see any scars at all. No scarring. We don't leave scars. We don't leave paint on the wall either. If we hit the wall, we take a rag and we wipe it off. If we leave a scar, we make another pass. You keep passing until you don't see a scar. How you don't leave a scar, you just get all the paint off and lay a nice, even, formal pass. Now I'm gonna hit this outer wet line again. We're gonna keep beating these scars down. Okay, you notice how I went a couple widths wide just to start it? It's because if I didn't, by the time I got to the end down here, the stuff that I would have started would have already dried by then. So I made sure I had a nice wet couple widths wide. And that keeps it nice and wet. Gets more moisture in the air. And it keeps that outer scar mark fighting the dryness. Okay? So we're just going to keep fighting that outer dryness. We're going to keep beating down our scars until we don't see them anymore. Keep making passes and keep your roller formal, right? Nice and formal. Now, if you look over and you see these lines, you're going to come back through with a nice even roller after. I like to run that outer edge down to dry as I feather that outer scar, and that dries up. What it does is it dries up your end over here, then you flip it. And then that will help you give that nice formal scarless pass. And like I said, if you gotta keep going back through, that's fine, because what it's doing is it's recoating and it's giving a more formal coat, and it's getting rid of any scars. And if you want a nice ceiling, you're not going to leave any boogers. If there's a booger, wipe the booger off. Either that or just plan on sanding it between coats. That's fine too. You can even sand this after your last coat because it's a flat, but I don't recommend that. Okay, so we got to keep that outer edge wet. We do not want this out. So we run that formal pass. Now I'm going to take this outer edge to dry it off along. I'm not only drying this off, but I am also, so I'm not only beating the scar down, but I'm also drying this outer edge off, that outer edge of my roller, so that I can flip it and give this final pass a scarless pass. We don't want any scars on the way down. And keep your rows nice and straight. It'll look way better. Now, first coat, you're going to see every single scar that you leave, okay? Second coat, it'll look a lot better. You might see scars on your first coat that you were worried about. Don't worry about them. As long as you've beaten them down, and you've gotten them to a nice minimal flatness, you're not leaving big thick scars, then it'll be fine. It'll flatten right out when it dries. And then it's also because it's a little thicker there, so you can see the darkness from the, it'll go away each coat. I always seal my drywall with Smart Primer. Every single time. I'm not gonna mess around now. I'm just gonna start really laying this stuff. We got a good breeze coming through here. This stuff is gonna dry really fast. So I'm just soaking, putting it down, because I don't want it to get ahead of me. So I'm really making sure I'm dropping some moisture down. Basically, same thing as you don't want to spread a dry brush. You don't want to spread a dry brush, ever. Why, you know what I mean? If you're trying to cover, then you got to make sure there's plenty of paint on your brush, right? If you're trying to cover. So you always want to make sure that paintbrush is nice. Nice and wet. All right, I got to get this scar. We're going to keep working that outer edge. Make sure it not only stays wet, but we also make sure this outer edge here gets flattened out. And see what it does to the roller? This is the feathered stuff. That's drier, less paint. This is more swollen. It's wetter, so it's fatter, right? And now I'm going to go back. Because this is dry. Ugh. Everybody wants me. Everybody. They all want Squanto. Why? Because I earn good money, because I work my butt off. Also, because I can be trusted. They all want me because I can be trusted. If you need something done, you can give me a call, and not only will you know that your job will be done, but you're also going to get utmost professionalism, utmost respect, and I will protect your house no different than mine. Meaning, I will not let anything bad happen while I'm in charge. You're good and safe. Secure. All right. So let's get this outer side wet. We got to keep it wet so that that outer edge doesn't scar up. You don't want it to dry. Get that out of the way. Yep, we don't want that to dry. See, now I'm going back through and I'm trying to feather this outer edge and dry my outer roller so that that outer roller won't leave a scar. When I come back through to finish. Yeah, and you just want to keep working that paint. Work the paint, just keep working it. If you see any boogers, run it. I should have ran this stuff through a screen. I have a screen right underneath the phone too, but it would have just taken a lot of extra time. And it would have been messier as hell. And I just did not want to deal with the mess. I'd rather just flick any little boogers off if needed, when needed, right? But that's just for this job. If it was, you know, any other job and a lot bigger, if it was a bigger project, I probably would have done it. This is a little small room here. Okay. All right, now we're gonna formalize. Okay. Come through. Nice and formal. Basically, consistent amount of force against your roller so that you're not pushing on either side more or less, because that will create the scar. So nice even amount of pressure. Oh, found a booger. Now anywhere that I missed, you know, got to fix, you got to run a whole new line for that. If you have a fixed spot, then you start right back over. Beautiful. And what you will get if you continue to paint just like I'm painting is the most perfect final outcome. It does not take any longer. There is no extra time. I'm literally not spending any extra time here. I'm just doing it right the first time, right? And I was not trained. I didn't create this system, right? I was trained this system. I was trained this system by one of the best painters in the whole mid-coast area. All right? I did an apprenticeship with him for about 3.5, 4 months. And I still do jobs with him every now and then. Call him when I need him. You know, he calls me, I call him. And I'll tell you, I've learned a lot off of him. And he's helped me a lot. I've helped him a lot. So, one of the best painters in mid-coast area. And I learned from, well, my uncle. He's done just painting really for the last 35 years. JR Painting. He's the man. I learned from him as well. Not a long time, but I helped him a couple times. So, my pedigree is rich with knowledge from who I've learned from, is what I'm trying to say. And I stick to exactly what they taught me. I don't try to rewrite the script. This is how it's done. This is how I paint $1 million homes right here. This is how I paint $5 million homes. This is how I paint my own home, you know. This is how you're supposed to roll. But I do regret not screening that paint. Famous last words. think what happened is all the dust in here just somehow. Let's keep that outer edge wet. Just gonna go for it. And I'll feather that. We'll finish this, and then we'll finish the rest. All right, beat down those scars. Remember, spread a wet roller. Always make sure. Let's get those scars beat down. We're gonna roll them flat, rolling those scars flat. Okay? We're formal. Nice formal pass, just like mowing a lawn. I was down, but now I'm up. mold in. And remember, always go one way with your finish. Always go the same way and never go backwards. Just a tiny little pullback at the end. But you always roll the pattern the same exact way. Pull back an inch as you pull off and you're good. And that's how you want to roll. You don't want to, you can do all this mess if you need to, right? But when you formalize it, you want to make sure that you're actually formal. Boom. Now I'll just continue this all the way till the end, and then that's the first coat on this big ceiling. Right? And then we'll do it all over again. But if you see any boogers, any weird stuff, pick them, roll it, and then re-roll the whole line. Keep it nice and straight. Nice and straight. No scarring. Nice. Okay, now that's where the roller cover comes in. Just take it here. Put it in like that. And click it. That keeps nice. Keeps it wet. Okay, I gotta go get a trash bag real quick. We needs a trash bag. You got one under your sink? Any type of plastic really will help. I was gonna get a contractor bag, then I'm like, wait, she probably has a better one. Cheaper one. It's just anything. It needs to be like, yeah, that'll do it. That'll literally perfect. Your best. It's literally perfect. Check it out. We just cut that down, flap it right over. We just need this paint to dry for a sec. Oh, that was me. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I dropped out the window on accident. And I had it muted on accident. You guys hear me again? How's it going, DJ? I'm going to do this last coat of paint in a few minutes here. And then I'm literally going home. And we're going to clean out that apartment and get, what are we doing? We're going to put pictures up on Airbnb and local rent. We're going to call the nurses rental association. We're going to call the Coast Guard. Let everybody know that there's a nice apartment. Send them to their emails. The nurses place really, I think might be best. I don't know. But Airbnb is the way to go. That's the thing, man. I didn't even realize that I did this for myself, you know? My whole thing was just, let's get an apartment in there. It's an empty space. Let's make it what I can. You know, I'm living my dream. I've dreamed to do this since I was a little boy. You know, I wanted to build my own homes, but I'm a poor boy. I'm a peasant boy, you know? I don't have backing like, you know. I could save my money, but I have to buy tools to live. So it's like, you know, and I decided to be, you know, Mr. Dad with 4 or 5 kids or whatever. You know what I mean? Just, it's just, I just take on a lot of responsibility. Well, I'm proud of you for hanging in there like you do. Really, I am. You are definitely my #1 subscriber. Like, you put a lot of time in, hang out with me, talk to me. And you know what's crazy? I needed someone like you, actually. I'm probably talking to a robot, you never know. However, I hope that you're real, because I'm coming over there to England, and we're gonna have, I don't know if I want Guinness, but I don't mind a hoppy beer. I like hop. Samuel Adams Boston Lager. Samuel Adams Boston Lager. That's my favorite. That's what I keep in the fridge. But I don't drink. I'm not a drunk. Like, I keep beer in the fridge when I don't think I have any now, but I usually always have beer in the fridge for when my boys show up. Okay, come on, dogs. Hey, come on, dogs. Look at these puppies. Come on, pup. Odin, come. Odin, come. Look at them. Mud flat muddiness. No.
That's all mud flat moxie.
That's it, mud flat Moxie. Odin, he grew up in the mud flats down there pulling clams out of there down South Addison. Yeah, on Moosebeck Road. No, Moose Neck. These dogs, I love them. Odin. They just play for fun. They love each other. What's up, Tyler? They're only a year and a half, both of them. He's going on 2. She's going on 2. July 20th. 5 days before my birthday. This is Mud Flat Moxie. She goes in the mud flats and pulls out the clams and plays in the seaweed and rolls in the mud. And Odin does the same damn thing. Every job we are at, we're always down at the ocean. And I'll tell you what, we live at the ocean, Atlantic. And I tell you what, both these dogs, covered in the mud flats. Just covered. They love each other right to death. No, they're not siblings. One of them's my client's dog. What type of dog is she?
Golden.
Golden. Mud flat moxie. She is a force to be reckoned with. I can't flip the camera, but I'm going to let you guys go. I'm with my client having coffee, waiting for this paint to dry. So I thank you for watching. I got an important phone call coming up too. So solar panels on my roof. I'm paying crazy amounts of money right now. I just want to get that place somewhat dimmed down. So thank you for watching. John, don't go anywhere, because in a couple hours, we're going to be right at my house. We're emptying out that apartment. We're cleaning it up. We're taking pictures. You guys can be involved in that. And then we're going to put them on Airbnb and Facebook and all that. Let it out to the world. Tonight, we're birthing the apartment. 2-year-long project, 1.5 year long build. Crazy, right? I can't even believe it. Thank you, guys. Subscribe too, man. Come on. Don't hate, participate.